Hi, I'm Kelly O'Brien. I'm an online marketing and social media strategist, and I help you move your most aligned client from discovering who you are online through to investing with you. Now, today I wanted to talk a little bit about a key story that you can be telling that attracts leads and sales more soulfully. So what I want you to do is just sit back. If you've got a pen and paper, you can take some notes. But what I'm going to do is share 3 different things that you can be doing to actually capture the language. And that's the story we need to tell, is a story from the point of view of your most aligned client, rather than continually trying to make up what we think our ideal client needs to hear. We need to actually get the language and capture that language from them. So I'm going to go through 3. The first one today is so often, I guess, the language, just to go back one step, often the language that we capture when we do think about getting language from our ideal client is from the testimonials that they send, which is great. But one of the things that I've identified is that our ideal client often, when they write that testimonial, they've forgotten what it really feels like back at the beginning when they were trying to, solve this problem, and what it really felt like to have that problem and what the outcome is that they most wanted. So I find that testimonials sometimes don't quite grab the right language that we most need. So 3 places that you can find that, and the third one is the gold that I really want to share, so stick around for the third one. But the first one is social media forums. Now, Facebook groups in particular are a great source of opportunity for you to go out and find what the language is that they're using. People are very unfiltered on social media as opposed to what they are when they talk to you face to face. Often if they're in a high pain point period, they will say exactly what they're thinking and exactly what they want. So Facebook groups can be obviously a fantastic place for you to be hanging out and finding that those stories and that language that they're using. Now, another one for you is the emails that your clients send when they're having a really bad day and they email you and they really need to get over something, or they're stuck with something, they're really challenged and they really need some help from you. That's when you can really take those emails. And sometimes it's also blog comments too. If someone's read a blog and it's hit a nerve for them or hit a chord that sparks something, and they again write unfiltered. And the third one, the real gold that I most want to share with you today, is sales conversations. So when we have a conversation to see if someone is the right fit to work with us, what we're doing and what I do is I'm asking them, where are they now? What is it like in the situation they are now? How can I help them, and where do they most want to be? So it's really looking at what their outcome is. And what I find, and I take copious amounts of notes when I'm in a sales conversation with someone, or when we're discovering whether or not we're the right fit to work together. But what I find is that this is when they're at their highest pain point, when they're wanting to reach out and get help. They will tell you everything they most want. And I also find that they really tell you what they most want you to help them achieve as well, what the outcome is. If I'm going to invest money with you, I want you to be able to achieve this outcome for me. So you find out what their end goal really is and what it is, the language that they're talking about. And a great example, I actually have 2 examples for you for my own business that my most aligned client said to me. Now, one of them, which you'll see in some of my marketing over the next couple of weeks, is that they felt like they were throwing darts at a marketing map. So it was very, very sporadic, and they don't feel like they have any systems or any plan when they're actually putting together their online marketing. So I use those exact lines, throwing darts at a marketing map. The other one, which I'm going to read because I can never remember the full thing, is so that was the first one. The second one was, it's like they're flippantly scattering seeds everywhere in a field, hoping something might grow, but with no real clue as to whether they're doing it right. So it really is that when I start talking to them then about strategy, they feel like this weight has been lifted off their shoulders, because at the moment they don't really know what they're doing with their marketing. And I don't know if you feel the same way yourself, that sometimes you just feel like you're making it up as you go along, and you're not really sure if you're doing it right. And that's how they feel, and that's the language that I've been able to capture and use in my own marketing, because I know if that's what they're feeling, and they're telling me at a time when they are in their highest need moment. So I capture that, and then I can use that and know that it's going to resonate with more people as well who are just like them. So hopefully that's helped you. 3 really great opportunities for you to be able to capture some languages, some stories, some marketing taglines for yourself, or even that hook that you might use for a particular campaign. It's right there in the language that your most aligned client is using. So those 3 things, again, just to recap, if you're just joining, is social media forums, particularly those Facebook groups. Number 2 was client emails. When they're emailing you with something that's really challenging them at that moment, take that language. And that last one, of course, is those sales conversations or discovery calls that you're having with potential clients. And I guess one of the great things that for me, when I do those sales conversations, those discovery calls, is if someone decides at the end we aren't the right fit, or I decide that they're not quite the right fit for me, it still feels like a win for me, because I have a notepad full of notes that I've been able to take during that conversation, and that I know that I'll be able to use in some way through a blog post, through a social media status, through a sales page, or in an email newsletter that I'm sending out. So there's never, everything has a lesson in it, or something that you can take and use somewhere within your business. So if you'd like to learn more about how to improve your systems, and of course how to improve your online marketing, if you do feel that you are someone who is throwing darts at the marketing map, then I do have an opportunity, and you'll see the link in the comments section soon. But you can join me in the 3 online marketing strategy keys to implement immediately for 2018 success, and that's going to be happening on October 26th. We'll be running that, and I may run that one again as well, but it's a webinar or a workshop, more of a workshop than just a straight webinar, where I want to be able to share with you some real planning things that you can implement in your business, so that you can set yourself up to have a really strong end of 2007, but go into 2018 with the best possible chance to grow your business. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please pop those into the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. But thanks again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you, or you seeing me, on the next Facebook Live. Thanks so much for joining me.